or are you trying to get an enigmatic shot? Here is the thing on. Step into the light. We're at the Jesters Comedy Club. Nice. In Bath, to be just specific.
People of the Jesters, please put your hands together, go wild, go crazy, and welcome back to the stage your host, Sam Hawkins!
We did a thing called the Poor Man's Fringe because we all, like our little crew of Bath-based comedians, really wanted to go up to Edinburgh. We just really wanted to go up and do new jokes and try stuff out and try and get better. So we put on our own little fringe in Bath, and we used this as a venue, and it was really, really good. We used it for a little while after that, but it didn't really pan out, and sort of didn't think about it for a year. And then I got really serious about, like, I hate it. My job wasn't enjoyable enough for me to think, oh, I'm going to do this forever. I loved comedy. I loved doing graphics. I loved signs, and I've always wanted to, like, be self-employed and not have to. I don't really like answering to anyone. I approached Jen, who is the manager upstairs, as well as loads of other pubs, because she's awesome. And she was like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, yeah, when he first said he's going to open a comedy club, I think everyone's initial reaction was, where are you going to get the audience who's going to come to comedy in Bath?
Who's looking after nothing? No one's locked them in.
My genuine reaction was, you're an idiot. We can't sell enough tickets to Ale House, which was a venue that was already established. Why on earth would anyone want to come to its own thing? And we actually fell out a bit because I was basically like, this is a stupid idea, don't do it. You're going to lose so much money. And he ignored me, and I would say for good reason.
How are we? I think there was the man over there tried to high-five me. I'm very sorry, I did just blank you. That's my bad.
He's used to that.
He's used to it. Oh, mate, that's embarrassing.
I eventually came round to it after a while, after I'd seen like the room and the changes he was going to make.
Well, when I first saw it, it was completely empty, and it was just basement. So there was it was a project-rich environment, shall we say.
It's just 2 rooms. And it's already awkward enough that the door is, you walk in and there's the stage and the seats. The curtain is so that when it's showtime, you can, like, it feels smaller, it feels cozier, it feels more intimate. That's the whole vibe. And that's the same with the bomb shelter. We opened it because it would be nice for acts to have a place to chill out, and even if it is gross, and it was gross, and it still is a bit gross.
That pipe is the toilet upstairs, so if you hear flushing, it's probably poo or something.
This place is actually very reminiscent of my flat, which is that there's like a functional space, which is this bit here. This serves booze and whatever. And then, is that the bedroom? Would you say that the stage is the bedroom? Am I taking groups of people back to bed with me? I don't know.
I think it's turned out fabulous. Like, this is probably my favourite part of the whole thing. I love the mural. Kind of gives it a bit of pizzazz.
It's a weird one for me as well, because I painted the mural that's like on the stage.
I know this is going to take a while, so please give it up for Carzana!
So it's weird to sort of like do a gig surrounded by my artwork. And like last time I did it, it was the first time I'd played the gig since painting the mural. And me and Sam hadn't really spoken about it, but I was like, if Sam mentions it, then I'll mention it. Or I'll say about it. And then Sam was like, if Carl mentions it, then I'll say about it. So we both just didn't really mention it. But I think towards the end of my set, I was like, yeah, I did that.
Action Nan. Action Man. Oh, Nan's better. Here's the thing. Not going to uncut. My partner
designing was good because me and Sam just messaged back and forth. We both, independent of each other, had thought it would be good if it was similar to the Stand, that kind of iconic, the cowboy with the gun. When we painted it, we did it on one day, and really, like, the doodles and stuff in the background, there's like a day's work in that, and then the jester on top. So we did like 16 hours. But it was really fun to do, and in the doodles I've included bits that reference the people that put together Pint and Laugh. So at the top there's like a hawk, that's like Sam Hawkins. There's like a pair of legs for like Holly Leggett, Keen's mullet, and then Ollie's up on the top left. Because I wanted all of the people that kind of built it to be represented in there, but for it not to be like immediately obvious.
It's clubby, do you know what I mean? It feels like you're in a little club for a little while. There are all these little freaks. It took a lot of like TLC, like the tables have all changed, the bar's a little bit nicer now, we got different stuff on draft, we've got lights everywhere. There's always stuff to be done, you know. It's very West Country in the sense that like we're quite scrappy, you know what I mean? Like we're just trying to get by.
What's nice about having this here in Bath is that it's kind of the only kind of grassroots basement comedy. You know, you can come and try stuff if you're brand new. If you're more established, you can do a weekend. We've got the open mic on the Wednesday, so there's something for everyone, like including the audience.
My dad tried stand-up here as well, so there you go. My biggest thing was I was like, I need him to be good, but he can't be too good. And he was good enough. So it's fine.
I think people come here because they know there's comedy on and they kind of trust that the comedy will be good. It's really cool because Sam, Holly, Ollie, Keen, I don't think I missed anyone out. I feel like they've kind of created a scene in Bath through doing Pint and Laugh and then now Jesters, where people get the opportunity to do like the open mic gig, and then if that goes well, they can like progress to the other like paid gigs. And I don't think that really existed in Bath before that, and I think that's good for any town because then you get the people like working hard and rising up.
Whereas before, to try and break into any kind of comedy in Bath, you had to be, you know, already very established, so there was no kind of stepping stone in the city, and it's really nice having the club here in such like a good location as well, because it means that us at Bath comedians, we don't have to go outside and have to travel as much as we were doing before. So yeah, it's claps, it's class.
There was the opening night where loads of people turned up, but not as many as I thought, because I'd foolishly marked it as sold out on the website so that it was invite only. But the people, if they were looking at the club for the first time, could see that it was a thing, and that it was so good that the opening night had sold out, so they have to get tickets to the next one. What that actually meant was we were about 50% capacity.
Opening night was probably one of my favourite nights, and that's not just because there was so much free Prosecco, which there was, but it was very much like a show up, we're going to have fun, sign up, we'll get like, I think there were like 12 acts, I can't really remember, but most of them did a very merry performance.
Knees bend, arms stretched. Can anyone smell burnt toast? Can anyone smell burnt
Myself, Holly Leggett, Ollie Young, and that's about it really. That's doing my partner a disservice because she has to put up with a lot. So, Francie B as well, yeah.
Oh, how would I describe those three in my words?
Sam's very excitable. He's not quite a golden retriever vibes. He's more of a spaniel with lots of ideas.
Egomaniac.
He's a go-getter. If he wants something, he'll get it.
He's like a tyrant. It's genuinely, sometimes I know I'm coming here and I cry.
And they're both very, very funny, if irk my buttons sometimes, but I love that about them, that they kind of keep me in check.
Another youth inspired.
Ollie is a fun little chap. I think I met him like a year after meeting Sam.
Pervert, you know, and then cutie pie.
And I saw one of his gigs and I thought, this guy is absolutely brilliant.
Holly, she's all right. Nice to have a lady around.
Holly's very funny.
I'm going to quickly say, Holly's great. I was only being silly. The only bad thing about Holly is when me and Holly get booked on the same bill because we're quite dry and we get booked together a lot because they're like, oh, great, male and female acts, we can get them in. And then we often get put on one after the other, and by that time the audience is like, Jesus Christ, can we have someone with any form of enthusiasm, please?
No, Sam's he's a very good leader.
I don't think there's many things more important to him than this place.
He's one of my homies, and I definitely wouldn't have as much involvement in Bath comedy if it weren't for Sam at all.
He just wants this to succeed, and he wants it. It's his job now, and he wants it to stay his job, and it's so obvious from how much he just gives a shit.
Video, mate.
All right, fine, I'll slag you off again then. He's a twat. He's horrible.
No fucking way. Sorry, this is I'm crashing out right now. Joined the Comedy Society in my 3rd year of university. Was very bad. Did like a weekly pilgrimage to an open mic. There was a mixed bill open mic as well. So it was music, spoken word, poetry, comedy, whatever anyone had to offer and felt like they wanted to get up and perform, they were allowed to. But that meant that like you'd be going on after someone singing 3 songs about like where they're just crying basically. Crying in E minor is what most of those songs were called.
I do remember my first gig. It was part of like a workshop we did at uni where we kind of, if you wanted to try a bit of comedy on the acting course, you could go try and learn stand-up. And there was a big showcase at the end. And the showcase went really well because you brought all your friends to watch. So they kind of laugh regardless if it was good. And I think like going and doing the open mic circuit after that, it was very humbling to be like, you have to kind of try harder to make strangers laugh.
Apart from my mother, who had no idea what a MILF was. And we all
Very much good first gig, bombed the second one. And the only way is up, so we'll see.
I got asked to do something in a warehouse in Bristol, and that was terrible. It was on Halloween, but it was like arty. Do you know what I mean? Like there was like sand on the floor, and then I'm getting up there like, whoa, what's the deal with cum? Like it's not the fitting vibe.
It was great. It was fantastic, and I think it cemented. It was like, yeah, I want to do it again. But I remember that day, and I'm sure you felt this. It's like it's all you think about. And you're walking around. I lived in a flat at the time, and I was walking around like, fucking hell. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh my God, this is such a terrible idea. And it's like, in your head, it's like, today's the last day ever. Tomorrow doesn't exist. There's no such thing as tomorrow, because I've got to do this evening. And in reality, you're doing 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and it's like, it's nothing. And then afterwards, you feel great. Whereas now, I feel absolutely nothing.
I hosted my first ever gig 3 days before lockdown in a church, surrounded by graves. I like emceeing because you get to know people. It's a laugh. If I'm shit, I can leave. Obviously, I have to come back, but like I've got more breathing space.
Right, 3, 2, 1. You guys got this now. Phil, what I want you to start doing is a sort of slow round of applause, like you're my dad and you're belittling me. All right, there we go. Yeah, a little bit faster. That's almost too real for me, Phil.
I love emceeing. I don't know why. I think it's because it's so ephemeral. Like it's here and it's gone. You can't like obsess over these jokes for ages. If it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. You're not there to be the best one at telling jokes anyway. That's what the acts are for. If you're funny, it's a bonus.
15 quid you got paid. Between 15 and 12 pounds. That was at least like 50p's worth, let's be honest.
I think that it's quite rare because it's quite difficult to do. And if you want to do it, you have to be prepared to make like quite big sacrifices. And I think it's one thing that I struggle with even doing this is that like the amount of time that I spend running the club is less time that I spend writing jokes. What else? Don't do it. We don't need the competition. And that's the other thing. There's loads of competition. That like there are so many new material, open mic nights. There's loads of big acts that put on one-off shows and do little festivals and all that sort of stuff. But there's not many dedicated places. I mean, the Southwest's a pretty unique place for that.
I think because you get access to these sort of places, I think people just feel more positive. Like you get, you get people who come on a Monday, and they're fucking like, this is great. I'm at a club. I'm at a comedy club. Whereas I feel like because it's so hard to get in like London's and Manchester, and for a good reason, obviously, because they've got so many acts, and like they have to filter it. Otherwise, there's no point. Whereas here, like Bath, it's me, Sam, Holly, Keane, and that's it. Like it's just us four plus the people we get on a Wednesday, really. And then Bristol, there's like there's probably a couple hundred, but even then, there's only about, I'd say, 30 to 50 who do it regularly. So I feel like just because it's a bit smaller, but you can get audiences, and it's not as oversubscribed as the other places, I think people just sort of, they see progression.
It's nice to have kind of a home base for comedy, and somewhere that, like, if you're comfortable with the space, it makes the rest of the gig so much easier. And I love performing here.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. Can I get an ooh? Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah! You there? Hello. Can I get a damn girl? Damn girl? No, more. Like damn girl. Damn girl. More.
It's really cozy. It's really intimate. The crowd are really usually up for it, which is nice. And it's such a student-y city, so there's always something whimsical going on in the crowd.
Favourite audiences, man, is like a really strong cohort of like date nights. Like loads of dates. Or like little groups of friends, and like groups of between 2 and 6 are kind of perfect.
I think the best audience we've had here would have to be, I don't know actually. We've had some good ones. Last week was good. This weekend's been good as well. Too many good audiences to name a best one. Alfred, to be honest, mate.
Have you got any arguments to Holly before we swap the boxes?
I've got some questions for you.
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how this fucking works, mate.
There's a pumpkin in a fucking box.
Or not?
Yeah, Holly gets to choose, but you've got to, like, there's not been
Holly
much.
just said she doesn't want to swap it, so what happens now?
Oh, well, Holly gets to look inside her box. No.
I have gained a consistent space where I can perform a lot. I've said this to Sam recently, that I've probably performed for him at least once a week over the past 4 years I've been doing this. It's hard to find a place where you can do that, and have someone who put faith in you to do that. It means that it's a place where you can try things out without too much pressure. If you're a road dog, you can't just try stuff out. You've got to do stuff that works, because otherwise, if you try something out for the first time and it doesn't work, and it's your first time there, or even second or third, the promoter's probably going to think, well, what's wrong with you, and then not book you again. Whereas if you've got somewhere like here where I could probably piss myself on stage and Sam would still bring me back, it's nice to have that support.
There was no spot, do you know what I mean? I like that idea of there being like a spot. So we found a spot, and now it's a thing.
I think for comedians it can be quite frustrating doing a gig in the top of a pub multiple times a week, and it doesn't feel very not professional, because they can be professional, but having a dedicated space for comedy definitely changes the audience, changes the comedians that want to come down, knowing that venue is made for comedy. Yeah, it's a safe space, even though it is a basement.
We're not inundated with stars, do you know what I mean? Like when you're starting out. We've got loads around, but there's a lot of circuit comics that even on the Bristol, Bath, wherever scene, locally, that you'll be like, oh my God, this is the best person I've ever seen ever. But if you're in London, you're seeing people you're doing bringer gigs in pubs, and you know that everyone else is doing Top Secret at the weekend. And that's, I think, the biggest distinction is that I think round here we're a more easier route to get into it. hopefully it's a springboard for comedians. That's the goal, is to build comedians as well as showcase them at their best and give them the best opportunity to entertain people, really. The names aren't like my biggest thing. That's about the club. The names aren't like why I do this, because I don't think that, like, great names will be around forever and they'll come and go and all that sort of stuff. The best part about live comedy is the experience of it, the night, the everything. I think
it's giving creative people a space to be creative in a way that Bath didn't really have before. Like a hub for creativity, I suppose. That's a really wanky answer, but I'm sticking with it.
It's very artsy, Bath and Bristol in general, but it's sort of fringe arts, because it's not London, it's not Manchester, so you're not getting like, it's not like big money arts. It's quite sort of like, oh, you're doing it because you care. So I think just because of that sort of energy carries over. I think people just enjoy it. They just feel happy to be part of it.
like as long as the audience are enjoying themselves, that's where this club kind of thrives, because it's tiny. The ability to have people have a little unique experience where they get to laugh and let go of themselves for a little bit is pretty cool. And if you can just make the environment for that, the dream would be that you can make the environment for that a little bit bigger one day, more than 50. That would be nice. You might only be paying £1, but you'll feel for like a glimmer of a second that this is better than it should be.